What's good, guys? Cool200 here, back with another diecast review. These are the last 1/64 scale Gen 5 cars, or Car of Tomorrows, that I have to review. I do have 1/24s, but that might be just one big video. I'll figure that stuff out later. I do want to say something. I was cleaning out my room a little bit. I had some cars under my bed, and I'll probably mention this in the 1/24 video, but I found this car sitting under my bed. Hasn't been reviewed yet, so that'll be with the 1/24s. Just things don't go to plan sometimes, and when you have so many diecasts like I do, you tend to forget that you have a few, and that is what happened to me, but it's okay. It will go on. So anyways, we are here to talk about the 1/64, so that is what I am going to do. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started as I mumble along. Hopefully I can do this diecast review pretty quick, because I got a lot of things to do. Comment down below also, how was your Thanksgiving? Mine was absolutely delicious. This is actually recorded on Wednesday, so, yeah, I haven't had Thanksgiving yet, but I'm sure mine was good. Hopefully yours was as well. But anyways, here is the Mark Martin 2012 NASCAR diecast. Absolutely beautiful. Aaron's Dream Machine, and then on the front it says Aaron's since 1955. We do have a little scuffing right there. Not sure what that's all about. I bought this used. It did not come with a box. This is actually not a car that I had with
Verizon Wireless.
Shut up, phone. This is not a car that I got with the eBay bidding. This is actually a single car that I bought, and unfortunately had that little scratch or missed paint or whatever. But other than that, it's a good car. It's actually pretty rare, I think. Anyways, you got the 55 here. Beautiful. This looks exactly like the 2013 car. Just with the Car Tomorrow body. The last year for this body, in fact. You got Aaron's. You got the Aaron's dog right there. Tons of little sponsors here and there. On the back, you got Nobody Beats Aaron's with the Aaron's dog peeking out. And you have Aaron's on the deck lid. Aaron's Dream Machine, in fact, and it is a little bit misplaced. This car has tons of problems, it seems. And there is the other side. For some reason, this is actually one of my favorite paint schemes. I actually really like this paint scheme. Shut up, phone. I'm gonna turn my phone off real quick while I'm talking. It just won't shut its mouth. But anyways, the most memorable thing that I can relate to this this car with Mark Martin in it at the time is in 2012, obviously, when Mark Martin and I think he was racing AJ Allmendinger and maybe Casey Kane. This was in 2012, right? It was either in 2012 or 2013, but it was the same paint scheme. He got clipped. He went sideways into the pits, barely hit the wall, and then he jerked a right, and the back of the car right here slapped the edge of the wall and went like this, and a ton of liquid fluid and gas and oil and all that stuff just spilled in pit road. I think he crashed it right about here, and it punctured the fuel line, I think. Definitely remember it was in front of the back tire, so pretty scary wreck, but he managed to get out of it, as, you know, these cars are meant to keep you healthy and alive, which is very, very good. But, yeah, just kind of wanted to say that about this paint scheme, because I'm sure some of you do remember that. But, anyways, let's go ahead and move on. And we're going to move on to the Dale Jr. National Guard Patriotic Scheme of 2012. Yeah, let's just go ahead and open the box. I was going to say something, but I'm deciding to wait until I get it out of the box. Okay, come on. Come on. There we go. And there it is. And right away, what a beautiful paint scheme. In fact, I actually have this car in the Spin Master version, which is the kind of crappy version, if you want to say it. And in 2012, when I picked up this car, I was told never to open it, play with it, or damage it. I did all three of those things, and I feel quite sad that I didn't listen. But I did replace it. Once again, childhood replacement. And you guys may notice a difference here. This is a black spoiler, and this is a red spoiler. I will say I kind of prefer the red over Lionel's black. But I do want the realistic car, and if this ain't realistic, then screw off. And screw off they did. Anyways, here's the car. Right on the front here, you got National Guard with some beautiful, beautiful stars going across the front bumper. On the side here, you continue that same pattern as it kind of climbs the wheel well here. You got a star right there, and then it kind of droops down and comes right across here. And over the top, you got tons of little stars going right across the edge. You got stars on the side skirt here. You got Diet Dew, National Guard, and some white that's barely striped right there. And then you got, obviously, the red. Back here, it is just full black. And American Salute. Very cool. And on the deck lid here, it says Amp Energy. And of course, there is the other side. Very, very beautiful scheme. I believe this was in NASCAR Inside Line. And same as the other paint scheme I'm going to show you right now. And that is Jimmy Johnson's Lowe's Patriotic Paint Scheme. Yes, this was in NASCAR Inside Line as well. In fact, all three of these cars so far have been in NASCAR Inside Line. Not sure why I am keeping track of that, but yeah, whatever. Here it is, anywho. And once again, a childhood replacement. There is my older Jimmy Johnson car. You guys may notice a little difference here. There are no stars right here on the spoiler. And no, there have never been stars on that spoiler. I know I had white out the spoiler to make it look a little bit better, and it still looks trash, though. Glad to get the replacement of this car, because this car is actually very beautiful. But unfortunately, this car is not. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. Everything on this car really looks pretty bad. So, yeah, we're just going to pitch that. I'm not actually throwing it away, don't worry. I am simply just going to put it where the rest of my beat-up cars are. So, anyways, here's the car. Right away, you got Lowe's. You got this nice red bumper here. You got this interesting stripe right across the front nose here. And it goes, it actually kind of gets bigger right here as it covers the full roof, and then it comes back to the very back. On this side, you got this nice red stripe here. You got Lowe's, Cobalt Tools, little sponsor there. I think that says Top Choice. Back here, you got Lowe's, Never Stop Improving. And you have Lowe's on the deck lid. And there is the other side. So, very beautiful car. Definitely better than the Spin Master version, which is just a spin-off. Pun intended. All pun intended right there. I'm sorry. I'm trash. I know. Let's just move on. Very beautiful paint scheme, though, for Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. Next, we're going to review another Dale Earnhardt Jr. car that is in NASCAR Inside Line. And that is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Amp Energy diecast. This is one of his last Amp Energy paint schemes. Very unfortunate. I've always been a fan of the Amp Energy paint schemes, and I think Amp is a longtime sponsor of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Of course, 2015, I think it was 2015 was the last Amp car for Dale Earnhardt Jr., if I am not mistaken, and that was the Amp Energy Passion Fruit car. We all know I love that car. We are going to see that on the channel very soon. Anyways, here is the car. Let's get it out of the package. I have said too much already. Okay. And there it is. The Dale Earnhardt Jr. Amp Energy Amp Energy car. I was going to say Passion Fruit, I'm sorry. And right away there is the Amp Energy logo. Very, very nice. You do have a little nick in the paint right there on the splitter, but that's nothing too big, especially what you're about to see with this car. There is a huge difference with the Spin Master car versus Lionel right here. The color is a little darker, or a lot darker on this car. The splitter here is gray, and this is black. Obviously this is metal, and this is very, very much plastic. Yeah. Spin Master, I'm glad you're gone. Sort of. Would have been nice if you stuck around just to compete with Lionel, so Lionel at least still tried to improve. But, yeah, you guys make trashy cars, and I'm glad that Lionel are putting out Authentics, because, yeah. Anyways, here is the car for Lionel, which is a lot better. You have this kind of, I want to call it like that, you know those speakers that kind of give you the sound bars or the sound dots? That's pretty much what this is right here. I think that's pretty interesting. You got an Amp Energy can there, you got Diet Dew, National Guard, got the black background here with some green streaks that I've actually never seen, which is kind of interesting. Are those on the Spin Master? Yeah, they're on the Spin Master car. I've just never paid attention to that. That's got some green streaks right there. That's it's pretty cool. Okay, I was making sure that little dot right there wasn't a paint splotch, and it's not, so that's good. And then on the back of the car here, we have nationalguard.com with National Guard and nationalguard.com on the deck lid. And then there is the other gorgeous side. Very beautiful Dale Earnhardt Jr. paint scheme. Is it better than his other Amp paint schemes? Some of it is, but I still prefer the older Amp Energy. Shut up, phone. And anyways, I do prefer the old Amp Energy paint schemes, and I actually prefer the National Guard and Amp Energy paint schemes over the nationwide paint schemes, simply because they are just a little bit more iconic, and they're not iconic, to say the least, but they are more iconic than the nationwide paint schemes, simply because they were part of my childhood. I don't know. Moving on. We're moving on. I'm done speaking about that. Okay. Next, we have Mark Martin's number 55 patriotic paint scheme. I feel like I've gotten a lot of patriotic themed schemes here. So here we go with Mark Martin once again. Very, very beautiful car. Yes, here it is, the Mark Martin number 55 paint scheme. Absolutely beautiful. I just love it. Very, very beautiful. Let's go ahead and look at it here. So on the front here, you got, I think, what is a misplaced sponsor here. You can see it is very crooked. You have Aaron's. It says American or Armed Forces Foundation. Very cool. You got tons of stars here. I like that they're kind of just outlines of stars. I think that's pretty cool. You got a lot of stars there on the bumper. You got a star there by the Camry. Very beautiful. And then over here you have big blue stars coming from the tire there on both sides of the car. Absolutely beautiful. I got the black side skirt with white and red stars going right across it. Oh, that is not black, actually. Yeah, it is. I was gonna say that's blue, but that's black. Got some stars here. The 55 outlined in red. That's pretty cool. You got Aaron's with more stars. The American or Armed Force Foundation logo. Back here you have, what does this say? Text AFF to 50555 to donate $5. So that is something they did with the Armed Force. You got stars along the back here, just a lot of stars. Some wording I don't feel like reading, but I will. That's just a bunch of sponsors with some stars. And there is the other side. A lot going on with this paint scheme. You got some stars here on the spoiler as well. Very beautiful paint scheme, very well done. If the logo wasn't on the or if the logo was perfect on the roof, or a hood, this would be the perfect paint scheme, along with that little splotch or paint chip right there. But still a very, very nice car, and I'm glad I found it and purchased it. Two more cars. The next car we're going to be looking at is Casey Mears' Geico car. One of the, if not the first car for Germain Racing in a 1/64 scale that isn't a custom. And here it is. Absolutely beautiful. One of Germain Racing's first paint schemes. Love it. Again, and the other two are in NASCAR and Sideline. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I am. Here you got some blue with the beautiful green splitter, and the Geico with the little lizard. Over here you got like kind of a weird design here with some things going on and other things going on. You got some green there. The 13 is always very nice to look at. You got the breast cancer awareness logo that he's kind of always had on there, and Geico. With some blue on the C or A and B pillar, and then you got a green stripe going along the C pillar there. Over here you got Geico, Geico.com with the lizard. You got the green and blue stripes. Nothing on the deck lid, and there is the other side. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing through this one. It's actually a very nice paint scheme. I wish I had more time to review it, but I have to go very soon. And I want to talk about the next driver. So, let's go ahead and look at the next driver, shall we? And that next driver is Martin Truex Jr. in his 2012 Napa Chevrolet. So many words can describe how happy I am to have this diecast. I believe I purchased this diecast for over $30 or more. It was a tough decision. No, it wasn't, honestly. Literally, the minute I saw that diecast, I'm like, oh, that's mine. So, here it is, guys. Martin Truex Jr.'s 2012 NASCAR diecast. Let's go ahead and open this sucker up. It's so beautiful. I do want the 2010 version. This guy that I follow on Instagram has one, and I didn't jokingly say it, but I did say I'll take that car for $20. And he's like, nope. And I'm like, I actually replied back saying, what if I raise the offer? And he hadn't said anything. I don't think he will say anything. So unfortunately, I won't be getting that 2010 diecast, which is kind of unfortunate. But I should be very thankful to find this diecast, and I definitely am. So here it is, anyways, guys. And just before we go ahead and review it, I do want to say I had this car before. Yes, I did. Here is Spin Master's car, and it was obviously very nice to have a childhood replacement as well. The hardest childhood replacement to find so far. So yeah, looked for 2 years for this car. So yeah. Yep. You can see the yellow is a bit different. This is a bit more of a Napa orange. This is more of a yellowish, and the logo even on the hood is a bit different. This is a bright Napa. This is a standard orangish, I think, Napa. Obviously the swirl goes back behind the tire. This one actually just comes before the wheel. So yeah, and there's a sponsor on the deck lid, as there is not to this one. So this one maybe a 2011, but doesn't look like it because all the contingencies are there. Yeah, and it's also missing a sponsor on the very back of the corner panel. You can see there's a sponsor there too. So yeah, Lionel again beats Spin Master. So. And I got all my Spin Master cars now as a Lionel car, so that's awesome as well. So let's go ahead and review this now, because I've wasted a lot of time just talking here. You got the Napa on the front. You got some stripes going from the yellow splitter up along the car. They kind of come around here, and then they kind of swirl here and go up, and then this one kind of swirls into the back and makes a tip along with this one. And then you got Napa Auto Parts, some little sponsors I can't really read. Back here you got Napa Know How and AAA, and there is the other side. Such a beautiful car. Kind of looks like the Goodyears were white for some reason, but they're not. Such a beautiful, beautiful diecast. It really is. Yeah, what more do I need to say? It is gorgeous. So I'm really thankful to have this Martin Truex Jr. and can't wait to see what Martin Truex Jr. has for us next year in the 19 car for Gibbs Racing, or Joe Gibbs Racing, whichever one you prefer it called. So yeah guys, this is it. The Gen 5s are done. I have many more 164s to review, but as of these 164s, the older ones are pretty much done. We are heading to the 2013 ones, but before we really do that, we are ready to hit the 124s. So that is going to be quite interesting. But anyways, guys, let me know, which car do you have down in the comment section. I think these are some of the rarest cars you can find. This one wasn't too hard to find. I literally just looked up case mirrors and I found that one. That one wasn't too hard to locate, and that one was pretty easy to locate. This one might be the hardest. Again, 2 years trying to find this car as a replacement, and I finally did it. And of course, right when I found it, I purchased it. So very thankful once again for that. But this is it, guys. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I will probably see you in the next video. Also, I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. This is recorded on Wednesday, so I have not had Thanksgiving yet, but yeah, hope you all had a great holiday, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.